Alright, so you have received an email from me and you're going to look at the listing. So you click on the link and you see the property, and there's a lot of different options on this. You can go down here to look at the photos, you can look at the map, click on here to view a bunch of information about the property. So you see plenty of information, and you've got beds, baths, different contingencies involved. Like you can see on the bottom there that it's a short sale, and you also see around there where there's foreclosures and things like that for that are disclosed. And if it's got some of this stuff, if it's got a number of things in this line, sometimes that can mean, especially for this right here, it can mean that it's under contract already, even though it's still active. This is it being home slash EIFS inspection contingent, and that basically means usually it's under contract and they just need to do a home inspection, and in this case a few other things. If you see this, it's really good news if it's under contract, because this can mean that you can still possibly get in there and make a higher offer on that property, even if it's already under contract, and they can accept it, or the current buyers that are under contract can counter with a higher number. And also, so if you go up, plenty of information: beds, baths, stories, year it was built, various information. Also, if you go to view map, there's some pretty neat features in this new matrix system. So I'm looking at a house and it's by the water, and it's also really cheap. So sometimes when you have the two of those together, it can mean it's in a flood zone, because waterfront generally goes at a premium. And so I'm looking at this house and I want to check, is it in a flood zone? And with Matrix, it's pretty easy to do that. It wasn't easy to do that with the last system. So I'll just go to layers, flood zones, and you've got a great flood zone map as well as an outline of the property, etc. So you see the property right here, and it's in a flood zone because AE is a flood zone, and VE is even worse, but AE is also a flood zone. It's required flood insurance. X500 is a better flood zone, but it's still a flood zone. And then X is something that is not in a flood zone. But around here, a bunch of AE, including the entirety of this property with this house.